What's up? So, little different style of video today. We're doing some VOD review. I wanted to go over this gameplay. So this was some ranked unleashed gameplay from the just playing in the Runes and Rifts Discord. And ended up queuing into played a few matches last night. Queued into this Rek'Sai. I wanted to kind of go through it and sort of see what mistakes I made. I lost this game pretty handily, and I feel like there was a couple plays where I felt like it really like shifted the game. And so right here, mulligans. I feel like I've been getting burned by getting rid of the Annie. Like the other two are two ofs. Kha'Zix might be a keep. Kha'Zix is kind of good. Especially I am going second, so I can like first turn at worst I just drop Pyke, and then from there like I could drop the Kha'Zix. So Kha'Zix would be a keep, but I actually like get into some better cards overall. Like I would say Vex is a better turn two, and then Darius is pretty good as well. So I think what I'm thinking here is I do have the sound muted so you can't hear anything. Okay. And I don't know, he kind of got going pretty quick overall, but he goes, it's his turn. I wish I could just skip ahead, but he ends up revealing the Void Rush, and he plays the Void Rush, which I was like, okay, that's going to put you down a little bit. Void Rush ends up seeing Hidden Blade and Manufacturer. He ends up not taking either of these. I was like, I for sure take the Manufacturer, I thought. But he just takes them both to hand. And then he ends up playing a Hopeful. And so that makes, let's go back. So he ends up playing a Hopeful for 2. Seems like, and if I had known he had a Hopeful, I guess that makes more sense. Like, and then my turn, so I just do, I think, Vex. And then I think I debate on the stack deck. I decided against the stack deck, and it kind of didn't work out because I would just lose an energy there. So I got no value for that. And then he pulled off. He didn't conquer or anything. But now I have 2 units ready. And this is kind of where I'm sort of thinking like, okay, what's like my game plan here? How am I going to actually like start winning this game? He's up 2. He's going to just plan to conquer over and over again. And I'm also kind of thinking like, where do I want to move? Do I want to go to War Camp, or do I want to go here? And then I don't remember what I decided. I was thinking like, do I want to go Falling Star here and just wipe some stuff out? It just really, I wasn't sure on the play. Because I was also like, maybe I should just get more might on board. Put me in a really weird spot overall. I feel like some of the plays I probably should have made. Like, let's see what I end up doing. I feel like I end up going Darius, just as my go-to, but did not, and here's what I noticed. I do remember thinking in this and thinking like, oh, I can't Falling Star and play Darius. That was like my ideal play, to go Falling Star Darius, move Darius into the battlefield. And I saw that that wasn't a play, because I was like, I'll Falling Star like the Hopeful, move Darius in, kill some other stuff. But here, stack deck, I look at my hand, I'm like, I think I want the Hopeful just because that gives me more units to play. And I think right now I just want as many units. I'm trying to get as much might on the board as possible. And so now I'm back down to 4, and I don't really have anything to do at this moment. And I think, honestly, I probably should have just said go with it on the Falling Star, or but I guess, okay, here's what I do. I go Tide Turner, swap him, pick him up, and then I think I just take the gold there. I just say, hey, I'm gonna take some gold, and we'll go from there. So overall, not a terrible turn, but it really just felt like I didn't accomplish a lot. I think going and like Falling Starring a couple units just to like slow him down. But my other thought, the thing I was trying to think is like, okay, he's gonna double conquer. I don't think I can realistically stop a double conquer play, but I do want him to commit more than just a recruit. You know, committing a single recruit feels terrible. And then he's getting these battlefields and not giving up a lot. So this is just early points. I feel like I maybe could have contested more, or at least forced him like, hey, if you want a Hidden Blade and kill me, that's going to suck. But obviously he top decks, he hits the Coal. Pretty positive he goes with the Coal because that gets rid of his recruit, and then I have to get rid of something. And I think I choose the Hopeful. Yeah, I end up choosing the Hopeful on the Coal of the Week. Felt like the Pyke just has a better ability, and I was going to be able to get another gold out of him. I didn't feel like, but that was just kind of where I went on that. And yeah, it just feels like he's developing an army. I'm developing an army. He's ahead on might. Like, he's got 8 might in the back, whereas I only have 7. And then he's also got this. So he's got 9 might on board. And it was like 11 to 11 at the start of the turn. And then he just flipped it. And he's now got more than me. So. And then I think he drops one more hopeful before his turn is over. Oh no, he hides a card and drops a hopeful. And so this is where I was like, thinking, I was like, oh, okay, now that feels bad. Because he's starting to get a lot of units, and I think, and this is where I feel like the big misplay came into play. So I go with my turn, move Pyke, he reacts, puts his Pyke on board, and I'm like, ooh, what are we gonna do? So I end up going Falling Star here, and this just did not work out in a way that I thought was good for me. Because I go Falling Star, I think I ping a hopeful twice, and looking back, so here, let's kind of go through the whole turn. So I ping a hopeful twice, that's what I end up doing. It doesn't feel good. Looking back, I should have probably just tried to take out as many units as possible and said like, hey, let me kill these 2, and then I can rush into Pyke and probably trade with him. Or maybe I kill Pyke. Just I double ping Pyke, which didn't feel good. Because I was thinking I'll double ping here, make a gold, go in with Vex, and I can now win this fight. That was, I think, the thought process there. 2, let's go. Let's do another 5. Okay, I do pull up Darius here because I'm like, I gotta play Darius now to get the value for Darius. So I'm pretty sure that's my next play. I don't like playing this in media player. It's not nice on the skips. So I do go Darius. So we're going in 7-2-3. We take this out. I didn't really like the idea of the Death Knells. So, and really looking back, I could have gone the better play. Because I think from here I just move in, I hide Tide Turner and call it a day. Or I tap Tide Turner and call it a day or something. I don't remember. I think I keep Vex back. Not 100% sure. But from here I'm just playing units. Well, I think I missed the, try to say, hey, I have Zon Trigger. Discards a Tide Turner, draws a card. Boom. And then I go Tide Turner. I want to say I go Tide Turner, swap with the Dairy, or I hide Tide Turner. Oh, that's where I was thinking. Okay, here's what I thought right after I did that. I was like, that was a bad discard because I wanted to go play a Tide Turner. I didn't like any of my discard options. I probably should have said bye Annie, because Annie has seemed the weakest. When I've played the game, Annie has felt pretty weak, but I think go Tide Turner, move the Darius back, have Tide Turner here, then hide another Tide Turner over here, so that way I can switch the Darius in, and then I have like some sort of move. But that way we're not stacking a lot. We could have like stacked both battlefields, had like 6 might here, and then had what would end up being like 8. So it would have made it pretty tough for him to figure out. I think we just gave up stuff a little too easy. But I hide the Tide Turner to just kind of say, hey, we're going to move stuff around, make it tough. Oh, and I guess I stacked here. I said, let me just stack here and make it as hard as possible to take this. But I did try to leave it open for hard bargain just to kind of say, hey, I have this if I need it. But I do think the other Tide Turner just seemed better. But looking back, so I went Falling Star. I killed the Pyke. So had I gone Falling Star, so he had 4, I think there was 7 might, because it was a Broker and a Dredger, so that was 7 might here. Had I just gone like Falling Star, kill one of them, kill the other one, like kill Broker, kill this Manufacturer, why not? Then I would have been in a good place, because I take might away from here, I still wipe this whole board. Like this just made me commit. Like if I wasn't gonna go in with Vex, it doesn't really help me to have done the play the way I did, because like killing the Pyke and I go in with Darius still, it doesn't make any, like, everything over here is going to die. So I might as well have just split the Falling Star. I think that's one of my mistakes looking at it right now. But goes forward, goes to his turn. Let's see if he makes any plays. So let's jump a little back, see what he does. So he comes in with 7 might total. And then I want to, so we flip Tide Turner, swap the Darius over. And I do like, I think I make a decent play here. I do think keeping the 2 up does feel good in this situation. I just ask, hey, does this resolve? I think it does resolve. So now we're going in. We got 5, 4. So we have 12 right here to his 7. And the thing is, he has to kill Darius or Vex first, which is fine. Like, that seems really good for me. I think he goes to, I feel like he does, a Hidden Blade. He Hidden Blades my Darius, so I go Hard Bargain, which readies him and gives him +2 because now it's my second card, but he pays it. Hidden Blade still goes off. We end up trading out. So yeah, I don't know. Hard Bargain there seems weak. Probably could have just held that and then just had it for something else. But I want to say he does something. I want to say he throws like Longsword out at the end of this fight. He throws Longsword to force me to go into the Hopeful. Oh, okay, he does that. He does. I knew he did something to like boost the Hopeful to make him a tad more annoying. But we end up trading, killing the. Did he do it repeat? Sorry, I need to go back and look. Did he repeat that? He does it once, so this is 6. We have 7. Oh, well. Should have killed a bird, I believe. I don't know why we wouldn't have killed a bird there. That seems weird. Because we had 7 to, and then right here, this is what I'm saying. We just kind of get destroyed. We end up losing everything on the board. Game's like basically over from here. I think I just say like, oh yeah, I can't do anything. Like there's, I mean, and I think, oh, okay. So, and then my play, which isn't a bad play. This isn't a terrible play, but I go Soul Gorger into Darius because it readies him. And then it just gives me something there. I actually think, looking at it, oh, and here was another thought that I had. I was like, I'm just so low on reds here. So I obviously had 3 reds to start. Well, honestly, no, I'm not as bad as I thought. So my play could have been, we go Annie, well, we go Falling Star, kill something. We kill like Hopeful. We go Hopeful and this. Why not? Then I go Annie, grab Falling Star, play Falling Star again, kill this and the Broker, and then he's left with just like a bird. We do deramp 3 rune. Well, 3. We're gonna deramp. We're gonna lose half our runes on that, which feels bad. But it also, I mean, it seems like we have a chance at that point. So we end up going. Let's skip ahead to. We make the play of Soul Gorger into Darius. I just don't like the idea of like, I like Annie. Annie seems like a good card. I just haven't found like my comfort using the card as a whole. It hasn't felt good. Oh yeah, and then he just goes Rek'Sai accelerated, and it was kind of cooked. Yeah, at that point I just knew I'd lost. Okay, but that was over. GG's. We go game 2. I do side in. I said I'm gonna bring in the other Pyke because it seems like you're going fast. I need to go fast to kind of keep up. I put in against the odds because he's got a lot of units. And then I was thinking, I think that was it. I think everything else felt fine. I don't know what I took. I took out a switcheroo. I was like, he's got so many little guys. I don't think switcheroo's that important. But so I do think maybe going like Sigil would just hurt him more. Even though I'm going first, I think Sigil, because I ideally get on his battlefield and then he has to like fight with Sigil. And the Annie, man, the Annie just comes up so often. And I think after last game, I just said, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, in this game, I also misplayed terribly. So, skip ahead, couple turns. I do go Pyke, and I was like, let me just Pyke rush to try to just get ahead, and then I'll pick him up and things like that. So, Candlelit, we see some cards. We organize them ourselves. I don't know what I saw. Let's see if we can see what I saw. So, the cards we saw Falling Star, Tide Turner. I had one in hand. I was like, let me put Tide Turner to the front because that way I can, I think, do better plays with Tide Turner. And we had Falling Star, so I didn't love that. But idea was to just keep flowing with the Pyke. He goes, he conquers. He ends up conquering. So I missed my 2-drop turn 1. And then he ends up dropping his Poro, goes conquer. Gets the Inferno off the Undertitan because he saw Undertitan for free. He goes Pyke, conquers here. So the Pyke actually makes it annoying because he can always just accelerate onto a battlefield as well. But there's no way he's getting it down. And he's already got so much going now. At this point, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you have a lot. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait, okay, how do I want to play this? Because if I just go, I can run in and kill stuff. But that doesn't feel great because he's just going to conquer. Like I was thinking at this point, I'll let him sit on the battlefield. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it at least keeps him from establishing more. And this might have just been, hey, let's go Falling Star here and just start taking out units. Let's kill as much as we can. Because we could have killed, like, we could have said, hey, Pyke, you're dead. Poro, you're dead. And, you know, just either if we weren't going to develop well, but I just said, hey, let's drop Vex and pray for the best. I didn't like the idea of, like, Gust. I didn't think, and I guess, like, here, let's look back at that turn. Because there are so many better plays I could make. So we had 5 up. We could have gone tap 2, a gold, and a red, drop Falling Star. Take out Inferno, take out Might and Base, why not? Kill Pyke. Like, we kill these two, why not? Keep the Poro there, or actually, yeah, probably kill these two. Then we have Gust. We can Gust the Poro to his hand. He's now left with just a Hopeful on board. And that would have been 3 of our runes gone. And we'd have 2 up. So we could just drop like Tide Turner and call it a turn. That actually seems like a way better play. We take care of some of his board and we still develop a little bit. And then it's like you have... It's one unit to 1 unit on the board. So looking back, probably should have just... I felt like I went down and I didn't want to play aggressive. And then this is the issue. Like, had he Call of the Week there and I get punished, I'm not worried. Like, I'm not as worried. And then he's way more likely to Call of the Week there because he doesn't have all the units. And he's probably not going to Call of the Week a Tide Turner. So that was just something I thought about. And then this is where I probably make one of the worst plays because I draw a second Falling Star and I say, oh, let me do this. And this play is terrible because I go double Falling Star and I target Hopeful on both of them. I go kill Hopeful, kill Hopeful. I was like, let me just take care of the biggest might, when in reality, I probably should have just burned one last turn. Like, had we burned a Falling Star last turn, killed Pyke, killed the Inferno, gusted the Poro, he would have had Hopeful. He would have gone Poro. Like, he probably wouldn't have Call of the Week, but then we could go Falling Star this turn. He'd have 1 less unit for sure. And then we could feel like I could go, if he did do that, we could go Falling Star, double target Poro, and he's just left with Hopefuls. Like, 2 Hopefuls is not that bad. But I actually go double Falling Star here. And part of my other thought was I'll just Gust whatever it is. And I actually make a terrible play on the Gust. I didn't even think it through. Because he ends up going to Ripper's Bay, and I Gust him. And then he's like, oh, well, I'll tap 1 to pick him up. And I was like, wait. I was like, why did I just do that? It might not be this turn. I thought it was, but... So I go Tide Turner, and this is where I Gusted him. He comes back, or I Tide Turner. He comes up. I Gust him. He taps 1 to actually do the Ripper's Bay. Came in with the Poro. And so that was just a bad play. Because now I just gave him a rune. He doesn't mind tapping out or tapping to do that because I'm already tapped out and I'm definitely going to be behind no matter what. But from this point, it does feel like we're in a decent place. Like we can actually do something. But really, we probably can't. Like we're pretty much lost from here. Because he's at 6. I'm still at 1. I just like never felt good about this. And then right here we have Tide Turner, so I can spam Tide Turner into like any of these and then drop Inferno with it. I think here I go Star-Crossed, or no, I don't. I don't know why I'm thinking Star-Crossed. I tap 3, but I'm going to go Pyke. I'm going to go Pyke and run him in. I'm trying to think where to run him into, though. And I probably should have just gone, hey, I'm going to go Tide Turner to here, see what you do. See how you react. Because I don't know why I think this trade is good. But I end up going Pyke into the right, take that battlefield. And then I'm like on the fence. I'm like, do I Blood Rush here or do I do something else? Not a lot of good plays. He reveals Pyke. Okay, and then I say, cool. So you have, he says no trigger. So it's like 4-4. So I say, let me tap 1 or tap 2. I end up tapping 2. I probably could have gone just, all right, tap 2. And do I go Inferno or Blood Rush? Because I'm like, do I want to trade? I tap 2 and I say, let me do this. And I think Inferno's better here. I mean, granted, he's going to trade either way. So actually, Inferno's not better. But go to 3. Think he cooks me on this next turn. He doesn't need a lot, but I end up picking up Pyke, hiding Pyke again. I can't even pay the red now, so it's literally a 4-3. We trade. And then he hits Vi. He had a Vi in hand. And then that was just GG's. Once he hit the Vi, I was like, okay, you cooked me. But it was very bad play overall on my part. I did not feel like that. That was definitely my weakest game of yesterday. I had I just did the wrong, like Falling Star probably could have been used in so many different spots, and I used it. Like my thought when I used it in that second game, I'll go back to it. I think it's like, maybe it's right here. So let me go. So I think, and so my thought is like from here, let me get rid of this bread icon. Boom. So my thought is like, if my biggest thought, and this is what I didn't do, what I should have done, is I wanted to stop him from double conquering. But I realized, wait, there's no way I can stop you from double conquering because I can't go, like, I can go Falling Star. I could take out 2 or 3 units. Those are my options. And really, he has Rek'Sai, so he can always come in and double conquer. But I was like, I can Falling Star twice, kill some stuff. I can Gust, but he still gets a double conquer off. So it just felt like that was not the time. Had I gone on, I think he calls there, like on this turn, had I gone Falling Star Gust, I think I'm in a way, the game is totally different. Because he's only at, like, then I go Falling Star, kill these 2, Gust him. He has 1 unit on board he can conquer with, so he can't do a double conquer unless he commits 4 runes to accelerate. And if he does that, so he could have gone Rek'Sai, accelerated, hopeful, and that would have been all his runes. He would have tapped out for the turn. And then it's 3 units to, I have my Tide Turner on board. And then whatever he goes in, I can Tide Turner, Blood Rush, kill it. And yeah, from there we're in a pretty good spot. Tide Turner, Blood Rush, kill it. We can go, and honestly I could go Tide Turner. If he does do the Rek'Sai play, you go Tide Turner plus Pyke. We would be down, we'd be down 2 runes. we'd be down a rune, we'd come up to 6, so I would have to go. I'd already have Tide Turner on board, so I could go Pyke for 3, and then I have Tide Turner ready. Tide Turner wherever he's got the Rek'Sai, if he does do the Rek'Sai part, and then Pyke to the other part, and we just Blood Rush repeating, and then that would be enough to take both battlefields. And that would probably set him in a place where he's not gonna make a great play to win. He probably still would have the Vi play, but he just would have seen less cards because he wouldn't have revealed everything he did. But I think this was probably the turn that made the biggest difference in a game that I could have won. Game 1, I just played this set terribly, but let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any plays you see that I made that I could have done better, but just wanted to change it up a little bit. I am practicing the deck, hoping to play in this 5K this weekend, so if you're watching this, I'll probably post this maybe Saturday, maybe Thursday, I don't know. I have some IRL gameplay I'd also probably like to go over, but these were just ranked games, and they're fresh in my head, so hope you enjoyed. Peace.